Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke, and today we're checking out Daredevil episode 6. Episode 5 just came out. We did a review. It's on the channel. We hope you've navigated from there to here. But now we're going to check out episode 6. What we got was essentially in episode 5, a pilot episode with the details of the previous 4 episodes sprinkled in, plus some Marvel references. That's what we got. It's essentially a pilot episode. I could tell that the creatives had changed. You could tell that there was a different way of shooting. There was a different way of being. You could see it. Even Charlie Cox played Matt Murdock a little different. It was just a little different. I think this journey is good. That episode was great. There was some shoehorning of some things in, but the pacing was excellent. They kept it. It was a tight 42 minutes, 43 minutes. They kept it real tight. We love that. Listen, we want great content. That's all we care about. And I'll be honest with you, the first 2 episodes of this show, while there was excellent moments, the rest of it was kind of weird. It was kind of awkward. Don't know how else to describe it. So anyway, we're going to check out this episode. We're going to jump into it right now. And here we go. So buckle up because episode 6 is coming. Let's do it. We're back to the BB report. Okay, that was missing in the last episode.
We get this bad rep that we're hurting the city, but there's dangerous people out there that are actually hurting the civilians of New York City, and people like the vigilantes are helping them.
Is there law and order in New York?
My friend sent me this video. Yeah. Check this out.
Okay, saying civilians
Bro,
of New York City is a little weird.
Like, where do you learn that? Kind of looks like a swordsman. Swordsman?
Oh.
If you're watching this, keep doing a good work because
he's the guy from Hawkeye, right? Okay, very cool. This would be frightening. I live in DC, and the idea of standing on the edge of a bridge while a subway, metro, whatever, public transit drove by like that would be scary as hell. Huh, was there still snow in New York City in the 3rd week of March? Oh, snap. R.I.P. that guy. Why'd they have to have a meeting? That's a weird character choice.
Thou did establish St.
Who made that? That's unbelievable.
Did thou make us wise in a session steadfast in the pursuit of justice?
I love a vengeful
Confident
and forgiving
in that merciful goodness.
Matt Murdock. That whole religion is a big part of his story. Oh, man, R.I.P.
What are you doing?
Oh, just checking in.
You pray? Still?
Yeah, I've stopped a few times over the years, but always end up coming back to it.
Just so you know, you have an unscheduled visitor in your office.
Yeah, no one unschedules visits like this dude.
There he is.
Tracksuits.
Mr.
Okay.
Mayor.
I'm glad they put him in
What are
this
you doing
season.
here? Any way to greet an old friend?
Get out of here.
Yeah, sure. Why?
You go to a bank and get taken hostage?
All right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that.
That worked out.
Matt, you were a victim of a crime.
That's weird. That's weird staging that he would just stop in the middle of the room and talk to her.
The whole thing, right? Might as well be Halloween in
Weird.
here.
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's how we're gonna do this.
5 minutes.
Vigilantes. Why we revere the mask.
Yeah,
So-
cool. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
You need to give Victor the 1.8.
She strikes me as
And I'll
somebody
give you
who's a
until
double
the end of the
agent.
week.
Does she strike y'all as that? Like she works for Shields
Respectfully,
or
Mr. Mayor, you can shove that 1.8 up your ass.
or one of the rivals, one of the rival groups to Daredevil?
I think it's a fascinating question. But what about a mask? Does it hide us and give us permission to do things that are legally and socially taboo, like violence? I mean, does a mask allow us to be our true selves, or does it strip away our identity and allow us to act like animals?
Yeah, she's trying to get information out of
I
it.
don't know. Maybe, yeah.
That's
Maybe
really
both.
weird.
Maybe, right?
It's pretty weird.
You have experience with those people, don't you?
With the animals.
Vigilantes. You've represented a few, right?
What are you researching me now?
Yeah.
You're out of the game, old man. Stay out of it.
Boy, that's how you find yourself in a
Well,
gutter.
I've been thinking maybe you would consider
someone
setting me up
finds
with
you.
someone like, I don't know, Frank Castle.
The Punisher. You wanna interview the Punisher?
That idea?
Yep.
No, it's like that's a solid idea.
You've got to the end of the week. Your time's up.
See you, Fisk. Give your wife my regards.
Please show him out.
Talk to your clients. But maybe we can talk about it after.
Sure.
Hmm?
Of course.
Yeah, she's working for somebody else, obviously. It was cool how they did the juxtaposition between the two characters as they were being grilled and interviewed and pressures put on them.
This is John Santini from Sanitation.
Call me Johnny. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Oh, that's the guy from
I
the
work
bank.
at the it's blood. It's the mural. It's made out of human blood.
Jeez. Look at him. He's actually nervous.
Gallo in there now.
I love seeing Fisk a little nervous.
Thanks.
Man. Matt's got a soft spot for hopeless cases.
He was onto something, Matt. He was investigating something.
Someone's got to protect the streets. People are going missing. No one seems to...
All
Also,
those kidnappings were all close to the old Q line.
not great
The one
writing.
they shut down. Track 61.
Look, Angela, I'm just a lawyer, all right? I tried to help your uncle in court, but something like this, that's for the police.
Police killed my uncle 2 days before he got shot. You know what he told me? He told me, don't rely on anyone to do what you can do for yourself. Damn. He was right.
Okay. She's a little, but she's doing great. But yeah, that's a weird line delivery. She's doing great. Like, I hope they keep her around. I don't want to get rid of her, but she's,
He mixes blood into the paint, confirmed with 18 known IDs.
Oh, a girl is here.
But we've gathered at least 5 unique DNA profiles for each mural, and in 5 DNA profiles per mural, we estimate at least 60 victims.
This is legit scary. If I was Fisk, I would call Matt on the phone and have him come in. Like, hey, buddy.
Sound an alarm, and he could lay low for a while. He could wait us out. Then he'll come back harder and stronger. No, not a single word leaves this room.
This is no way to run a goddamn railroad.
When the sanitation department figures out there's a serial killer before the NYPD does,
Right?
maybe it's time to switch up the protocols.
Hey, are you Muse? Is it cool if we take a picture of you?
Not a selfie though. Just like artist, his work, you know.
Boy, I'd start running immediately. Jeez. I'd run immediately. What are those girls doing walking up to strangers in New York City?
Luca came to see me. It was very disrespectful, might I add.
Oh,
To
Luca.
the mayor's office.
He was in charge of the bank.
Huh.
You know, politics, it's a different type of problem solving. Most of it is new to me, but some things, they remain unchanged.
Yeah. Yep.
Find what a person wants, and either withhold it or provide it. And they'll do anything.
Not tonight.
I think Vanessa's, she's probably my favorite
You're
character.
asking New York's elite for money.
She's probably, I can't see her playing anyone else, the actress. She's doing phenomenal. Oh, that young kid's gone.
It is a curious first endeavor you've identified, Wilson.
This port project, it's not just a first endeavor.
Well, tell us then.
They're doing the same
What
thing.
is it again?
The vignette
Engine of
and
industry
switching
is what it
between,
is.
like they
Quickly.
did in the first few minutes.
It's got a lot of horsepower, if you understand.
Most would say I'm the determining factor in that sector.
She's in the pit. Love that show. Oh, the swordsman.
Whoa, that's just nonsense.
You may have a seat at the table right now. For a couple of years, anyway. But the people in this room still decide who gets to eat.
You ever
I
seen
suggest you don't lose sight of that.
You ever seen The Great Gatsby? Because this is what that's about. Or read it.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah. But it seems my suits aren't fitting like they were.
I guess we have to get you a new wardrobe then.
Let him eat. Let him eat.
I got a call from my guy at the precinct. Said there's a serial killer out there. They're going through a DEF CON scenario.
How many victims?
60 plus.
Cherry. What? How many?
Upwards of 60, so they say. They've identified
Look
a
at him.
suspect, though.
Who is it?
Graffiti artist, painting walls all around town. Goes by the name Muse. He paints with his victims' blood.
Boy. Go get him, Matt. Look at him. You can tell.
Man, you got to be straight with me, buddy.
Charlie Cox is doing great in
You
this
got to
scene.
let this one go.
Just let the police do their jobs.
Yeah, Charlie's doing great in this scene.
Can't they see how important this port project is?
So,
There's something you need to see.
Oh, he's back. Nice. I was afraid that new creators would just cut him.
These came straight from the forensic team.
That's wild. Look at that.
Man's obviously mocking the police.
A task force. Handpicked by me.
Okay.
This is every bad apple in the barrel.
Yeah, this task force will have special powers and privileges. Like overtime. And no body cameras. That sort of thing.
And who the hell's going to oversee this?
Like I said, I care about the city.
Matt Murdock is going to have his way with these dudes.
Serial killers roaming our streets. He needs to be stopped.
Okay, but why us?
Because some of you're victims of bad luck. Others, you've been a little overzealous.
Yes, sir.
Born and raised in Chicago. Top of your class in the academy. Made detective in only 3 years. That's quite impressive.
Absolute dog, they said.
Consider yourself founding members of my anti-vigilante task force. Look.
There we go.
And you're not gonna let some mass criminals take it away from you. Isn't that right?
Ooh, boy.
Okay.
This is so scary because this actually happens. You know this happens. Oh boy, she should not be there. She gonna get unalived immediately. Bro. I know this is a soundstage, but that looks scary as hell. May not be a soundstage, but still. That's New York City, baby. What are you doing?
It's Angela. She still hasn't come home. That's not like her. Has she been in touch with you? She told me
Suit
she was
up.
going to see you, Matt.
Suit up.
I'm worried. 911, what's your emergency? Hello? Hello?
Suit up. There you go. Yeah. Okay, the CGI is bad. This is so creepy. Is it weird that when I see that place, I think of the Ninja Turtles? Yeah, it's weird. Oh, where do you think he gets his supplies from? You know, like there's a supplier out there somewhere. He's not stealing it. Yeah, they're doing a great job this episode, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between Fisk and Matt. I thought it'd be a little annoying if they did the whole episode, but they're doing a good job. You're about to chop some wood. I don't know what that guy's name is, but it's probably wood.
You understand that, right? How we are locked together. Our experience shared. And when I was younger, smaller, I went up against men 3 times my size. Now, a simple tool, it can be a great equalizer.
This is a great does he deserve Vanessa moment. That's what that is. FYI. This is so creepy. He's pretty jacked. I mean, when you look at it, he could probably take a punch. He's not big. He's just rock solid. You could tell. His eyes red. Oh, it's a reflection of the... You're not getting up from that. Bro, you're not getting up. God, he took a shot too. Bro. Oh, we can hear a heartbeat. Just like Foggy. Man. Who is this dude? Whoa. Good catch. Oh, your arm's broken. Oh, I thought he was going to choke slam him through a table. Oh. Man. Jesus.
How did establish St. Ives as a judge in the midst of his brethren, making him a friend and advocate of the poor. Do thou make us by his intercession steadfast in the pursuit of justice.
Oh, he's still alive for sure.
And confident in that merciful goodness. Through Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I thought she was a goner. Jeez. He can't go to the hospital. Like, he'd have his absolute ass beat. Okay. Let's talk about it. That episode blew by. It's heavy too. Look, start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. We can work our way backward. So you've got Daredevil's girlfriend, Matt's girlfriend, who's obviously trying to get something from Matt Murdock. She knows he knows something. I'm not sure if she's part of like the Foot Clan or the Hand or whatever, or if she's like a government official who's been sent there to spy on Matt and Fisk because she's their doctor. But that kind of feels like a Marvel thing. So there's that. But yeah, she wants to talk to the Punisher. She wants to talk to people Matt knows who, Matt defends vigilantes. It's interesting. It's cool. With this being the 6th episode, there's only 3 episodes left this season, right? 2 episodes, 3? So 3, I think. So it'd be interesting to see where that goes. We've also got Wilson dealing with the elite in New York City. So there's I talked about Great Gatsby, F. Scott Fitzgerald. That's essentially the plot of F. Scott Fitzgerald. I mean, it takes place in New York too, or The Great Gatsby. You got this young, tied to illicit things, new money person who's in the world of old money people, and how do they interact? Now, that's a love story. This is not, but that's like the backdrop of this. So it's pretty interesting. Matt's still trying to be a lawyer. I don't know if they got the money to keep the firm going. I wish they had like integrated some of that information in here, but that might lead into further information. And then you've got the White Tiger's niece who showed up and begged Matt to do the work, to figure out something, and she convinced him to at least think about it. But more on that in a minute. You got Wilson dealing with the tracksuits. That did not conclude in this episode at all. We'll see how that goes in the next episode. I imagine that's going to be a major plot point in the next episode. And then you've got Wilson Fisk finding out that Muse has been using human blood to paint the murals, and so that they can't be removed. There's a few things here. I don't know if they'll incorporate it. Muse is getting his supplies from someone. Okay, don't know who, but someone is supplying Muse, and it's not Wilson Fisk, and it's not anyone that we've seen on the show, I think. So that's an interesting plot point. I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just like, oh, this is an evil dude and he stole stuff. Headcanon-y kind of thing. Then we've got Wilson is decided I'm going to put together an anti-vigilante task force. Right? We've got the same cops who were in previous episodes who are corrupt. Maybe we're making some suspect choices. End of the day, that's what we've got. Essentially, they're cops with questionable morals. There was quite a few there. Kind of funny how many cops were standing there. Vanessa is super attracted to powerful men. So part of that conversation is that she's attracted to Wilson Fisk when he's bigger Wilson Fisk. So when he rips his suit, it's a turn on for her, not the other way around. Pretty interesting. And I like that they're communicating about what to do with the tracksuits. I like that their relationship is re-evolving and rebutting into something very cool. And then we've got Matt getting the phone call saying that the young girl had gone down to find whatever her uncle was looking for, and she gets taken, and he gets a phone call, and he said himself, fuck it, I'm just gonna get it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. And so let's talk about those final 2 scenes. We've got Matt. Listen, if you're someone who's taking that many shots from Matt Murdock, it'd look like you got hit by a train. You would need severe plastic surgery. It'd be bad. And he strung him up, and he's listening to both heartbeats. And once this guy passes out from the heartbeat, he runs over to help her. He punches her in the chest. He's doing the prayer, all of that. It's really kind of awesome. It's very sweet. And then you've got Wilson Fisk, who's beating the absolute tar out of that guy. It's interesting, though, that that's happening and that Wilson Fisk doesn't share. I love that they keep that. He doesn't share. Right? He's going to take what's his and no one else gets it. It's very interesting. And being the mayor is taking a lot of his time. And so I'm interested to see if he kind of removes things that are taking his time while also opening the port, getting some infrastructure down there, because like the woman who is also a character in The Pit, which is a great show, said, "You made a lot of your money here. Like, what are you doing?" Also, the swordsman said something to the effect of, you know, these people just make one phone call. One phone call. That's interesting. That's an interesting plot point. It would be a failure. Don't do this, Marvel. It'd be a failure for this medium and the way this is being distributed. It'd be a failure. Don't do this. Okay. But it would be cool to see Norman Osborn right there in that room walking around. Uncredited. Just a guy who goes on to play Norman Osborn. That would have been cool. That's all I'm saying. That was awesome. As far as 2 episodes go, 5 and 6, they couldn't be more different in terms of how they're put together and stylized, in terms of the conflict and the drama and the humor. 5 and 6 are not the same episode. They're extremely different. Whereas like episode 1 and 2 were very similar. You don't get that very often, but it's still super interesting. I like that they're a little bit different. I like that we're getting different creators making different things, and it's still following this same narrative and same path. What I don't like is the change in energy, the change in focus that we got already. So that was cool. I'm excited for next week. This is, for me, must-watch television. I can't wait to see it. I've got 3 shows going on right now that I love. That's The Pit, Daredevil, Born Again, and Wheel of Time. Some of you on the channel have seen it. So I can't do watch-alongs with The Pit because I don't have the capacity to do that. That show is incredible. I thought it was over, actually. It's not. Apparently there's like 8 more episodes or something. Insane. Anywho, thank you for watching if you came this far, if you got to the end. And all I'll say as we saved you a seat, please in the comments tell me what you think of this episode. Tell me what you think might happen in the future. Love to sort of speculate, right, about what's going to happen. Because it either Wilson Fisk is going to create a conflict for Daredevil to solve. But he hasn't yet. They haven't had much interaction since the first episode. So we'll see. We'll see. And we don't have any involvement from the Punisher yet. We've not seen any other kind of Marvel characters other than the Swordsman in this episode. I don't think any of the Marvel children belong in this. Like, even Spider-Man is, like, he can't be making jokes while they're taking blood out of bodies. That's weird. That's weird. Anywho, thank you for watching. If you like this episode, if you like this, please like and subscribe. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, see ya.